phone.
Hit OK. You're now set up in vertical format. Here's how to set up OBS in a vertical resolution format so that you can directly record your content for YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and Facebook Reels. All you gotta do is go to File, Settings, click on Video, then change your base resolution to 1080 by 1920. You're gonna have to type this in manually. Then just make sure your output resolution matches. It will automatically jump to a much lower resolution there, and you're good. Hit OK. You're now set up in vertical format. Here's how to set up OBS in a vertical resolution format.
Why is that OBS working?
Oh my God! Already? Jesus Christ!
I know they're not game chat already.
It is.
Alright, how do I? My bad.
Goodbye.
Wait, what do you have? Oh, you're A, okay.
Yeah, I'm A. I'm 168.
I thought you said you had brought your 6'11". I passed that shit to the big
Yes.
No,
That's what
I
I
asked,
thought.
could I get on my 6'11"?
Yeah,
I was asking if I'll get on the next game. We need to.
Straight. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck is my stream key at. Where the fuck is my stream key for fucking YouTube? I mean Twitch. Yeah.
Rebound.
I mean, stream manager. That's me. Need to pick up.
Funny. I'm trying to pass it to Cross, bro. We should. Okay.
Let's go. We're both there, like crazy.
Fuck. Hey. I'm trying to find this fucking dumbass shit. Where is it? As far as that. Hey, nice. Fuck out of here, nigga. Ah.
Still okay. Oh my God.
White.
My shit lagged for a second.
I'm following you and shit. Hang on.
Oh, wow. Oh, he blocked it.
Fuck, I did. Get that shit out of here, nigga. You mad as shit up like that shit. Fuck out of here. Go to him. Guess I gotta go down there and help him.
Mm.
Yo, where do you find the stream key at? Stream. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That nigga's getting smoked.
Why didn't shoot that? Like, come on.
Can we go to game chat? I kinda
Yeah,
like
we
what he's
could.
saying. $75 3 ball. Yeah, green. What's y'all excuse? Gotta get that shit up. I got you right here. I don't like niggas not shooting the ball out here. Everybody gotta eat. Everybody gotta eat. Fuck out of here. Oh my god. One with the sack on me booby. One of my shakes with me boobies. Defense. Word. Yeah. Shoot that shit from right there. Go ahead. Send that shit to Europe. Block. This defense. Don't hit me. I'm slamming shit. Good steal. Ugly nigga. Oh, nigga. Pass. Man, this shit like a breath of fresh air. Got your help. Fuck nigga. That shit trash. I ain't gonna lie. Don't go over no 94 or 96. That's it. Don't even put that shit to 99. I got that shit trash. Fuck. I dunk more in my 80 dunk. I dunk more in my 80 and shit. My 80 nigga dunking on people. Yeah, your 83 dunk. I don't know. Fuck that shit. Sometimes be bullshit. I tried. Fuck out of here, nigga. Bang out. Ugh, y'all ugly. I love the midi range. Midi. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Boy, I played like 5 games. This nigga's getting blown out by 20 in the first quarter. Yes. Oh, I left my nigga. I have a board. That didn't even come. Yeah, let's go. Good steal, ugly. Step back. Step back. Oh, I threw it to LT, my bad. Nah, that nigga hit that shit. That's right. I meant to pass it to that nigga anyway. I told him I was gonna pass it to him. Yo, we ain't miss a shot. Diabolical. Over here. Hang out. Ew, I don't know how he getting putbacks. Steal? Game over. That was easy. That was easy. That was easy. Raindrops. Drop top. Smoking on cooking. A hot pot cookie. Oh, we got some bets in here. Got some bets in here. I gave her 10 racks. I told her to go shopping and spend it all at the pop-up. Yeah, that way. Follow the truck like a segment. Yeah, give this nigga a dime. That's what I wanted. I wanted to give that nigga a dime. Pop. Zips. Popping zips. Niggas quit already. Oh, that nigga quit. Oh shit. The fuck happened to him? He missed a shot. He said, fuck, I'm out of here. He Fuck me. I found it. I'm just gonna collapse the defense pass out once I'm open. Fuck. That should be the shot. Come on, nigga, do something with that. Oh, I might have to switch it, huh? He stopped me? Good shit. Oh, I got blocked. Oh my god, I'm trying to pass it. This nigga. That's me. I press that nigga dick. Damn. Gotta use the icon. So he passed that out. It's over with. Ah, played back too far. I thought he wanted to take the midi. Oh, this nigga started turning up. This nigga leave. Damn. Being ugly. Paul Reed. Ew, that nigga blocked that shit. Okay. That 83, nigga. Shit. That shit's glitching. Some of my shit. My bad. That's me. That's me. Yeah. My My shit glitchy as fuck. Yeah, I should have went over. Fucking AI sitting in the fucking paint. That's dumb as fuck. That's a 99. Nigga was doing layups. Shit retarded. Why is AI on my nigga? Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on with this nigga, yo? What is going on with this fuck ass shit? Nigga about to run up and shoot the bitch. Someone's gotta do it. Damn, AI. I'm late. These niggas are getting to shit. I don't get it. It's a shot. Now he passed it. Fucking bitch. Come on, Max. He can't stay on me if he got his hands in. Oh, you kept cutting. You just need buckets, bro. I thought he said he was at the court. Then that nigga killed us skin the AI. I'm sitting between that shit. I just missed that shit completely.
do the dishes. Then she asks you the next day, can you take out the
that shit
trash? Oh, it's snowing, I don't want to go. Nigga.
Fatality.
And what's gonna slowly start to happen
LT.
is you are gonna die from 1,000 paper cuts. Okay, this is the concept of death by 1,000 paper cuts. And what this basically is over a period of time, a woman slowly elevates her aggression and frustration with you because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And most of you men can't see this coming, by the way. Most of you niggas, by the time you guys figure it out that she's nagging you, it's too fucking late. She's been building this shit up for a year. Your dumb ass don't even know. She's been powering up, man. All right?
It's over 9,000.
And by the time you fucking wake up, she's already on KO Ken 10. About a
Yo!
fucking dumb ass. Coco punch! And then you're gonna slowly start to get disrespect. She's gonna talk back to you. She's paying the
God,
bills. She's wearing
jump. My nigga
pants.
just sat there.
You guys are gonna get in fights.
I
This is gonna
wish
go
I
buy
could
you
plug
a
this
gift.
bitch in, but every time I
Please
plug
want
it
you not to
in,
leave
it
her.
turn the fuck on.
You guys have some great sex.
I gotta
She's
put
gonna
on
keep
the
the
block
bullshit
to
going.
charge.
It's a toxic relationship. But this is what you can fucking expect when you deal with girls that are sex workers, that have money. Oh yeah, they'll take care of you. Oh yeah, they'll let you stay at their place. Oh yeah, they'll let you be a bum for a bit. But it's gonna come at a
2K,
fucking cost.
2K right now.
A big cost. Your dignity, your pride. She gonna be telling you, get the fuck out of my house, you broke ass nigga. Like, she gonna be doing all that shit. She kick you out one day and then tell you to come back 48 hours later. It's a miserable existence. It ain't worth it. I see a couple of you guys in the chat saying big facts. Yeah, bro. Ask anybody that fucking deals with sex worker chicks, bro. They'll love bomb you, buy you all these fucking gifts. You think this is late? Oh my god, man, dating a porn ain't that bad. Oh man, dating a stripper ain't that bad. This bitch always got cash. She give me money. She don't ask nothing. She loves me. Oh man. Huh. That money comes at a cost, my friend.
Huh?
She sold her soul to the devil, and you by proxy sold your soul to the devil too. And when that devil comes to collect from her, guess what she gonna turn to collect from for her? And this doesn't even account for all the fucking emotional trauma that she's gonna be going through in her life, because doing sex work is literally terrifying to women. It's not natural. It fucks them up mentally. Right? This is me assuming she's somewhat sane. Most girls that do sex work are not sane. Something be wrong with these bitches, and it's gonna be taken out on you. You already thinking, oh man, she got me a fucking Gucci wallet. All right, man, that Gucci wallet gonna come at a cost. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is simply this: be extremely, extremely concerned with any woman that buys you expensive gifts. And then number two, do not wife up girls that are sex workers. Because what I just explained to you guys is gonna be your fate if you get with a sex worker.
Pass the ball, fucker. Hey, yo, what's going on?
I didn't want to put them on blast first. Like, now that I'm like looking at this shit, like it's annoying. I had that time aside to do this, and then they message me and say, "Oh, sorry, we can't do it." So clearly, they want to work with me first. So they like the content, obviously big enough to collab with. They want me to go to this event. Then once he signs this agency, oh no, sorry, we can't do it. And then I look up the agency that he signed with. They're trying to say legal reasons. No, bro, it's just because I'm critical of it. With all due respect, Jackie Aranco is a convicted felon. I've never broken a law in my life, but like because of my political views and my criticisms of it, I'm more demonized. Isn't that crazy? Absolutely nuts, dude.
And I'm like, why is everybody texting me this? Look what John said about you. I said, John is about to get on the podcast. So, Rob, if you have the clip, I
Get
want
the
to start
fuck
off
away
with
from
this.
me,
I'm gonna
AI.
address it one by one by one. I want you to cover this for me. So you're on a podcast. I don't know which podcast this is.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I was texted by everybody with this. So go ahead and play this clip.
I was watching Patrick Bet David yesterday. And Patrick is a hardcore Zionist. He's Iranian. I don't think he's. I think he's like half
75.
Syrian and half Armenian.
Yeah, hang on.
But he's a hardcore Zionist, and not just a Zionist. He is a like 1,000% backer of Reza Pahlavi to return to Iran and to assume the peacock throne. And blah, blah, blah. And he was saying yesterday that it's not 60% of the Iranian people who support the overthrow of the regime. It is 94%. And
I don't know when I've ever said that, but okay, let's keep going.
there are no polls. You just make this shit up to put your stooge in.
The monarchists are crazy online.
This is delightful to watch, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying every moment. This
Jammer,
is
thank you
tasty.
for the
Oh,
5 gifted. Thank you for the 5
that's
gifted,
me. That's
Jammer.
bad route running.
I saw they've been passing along the message that Iran only became Muslim 100 years ago.
What?
No, that was 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years ago, yes. And I get that there are.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Iran was initially Sunni. Just recently did it become a Shia country, like in recent history.
Still Zoroastrians, and I get all that.
Which is the funny part.
Elliot Covert, Patrick Bet David is. Okay, I stand corrected. I wasn't sure.
No, I'm not.
Somebody told him in the middle of the show that Patrick is. No, nah. This thing is unintentionally funny, by the way.
Yeah.
And I get all that.
Which is the funniest part.
Elliot Covert, Patrick Bet David is. Okay, I stand corrected. I wasn't sure.
No, I'm not.
But I know he's not ethnic Persian. He's
What else is there,
Armenian,
Rob? Is there
Assyrian.
anything else that goes on,
Yeah,
or
94% of his
curious to know because I want to get all of it out.
Well, that's what they
I'm
do,
a big
right?
fan
Like,
of
literally,
yours.
I've been asking online, like from these, these Persian monarchists.
See, this is
Yeah,
really
this
weird for listening to
crazy.
people in the chat.
Everybody wants the Shah back. I find that very hard to believe,
Fuck outta here.
considering how brutal the Shah was, and the fact that he was overthrown by his own people, right? I mean, it wasn't like he was cooed
Oh,
out
he got
by any
through.
foreign
Yeah.
power. Quite to the contrary. So he, but yeah, they literally these Persian monarchists, they do polls of like
Is there
exiles.
anything else?
And
Like,
yeah,
They
he's
touch
just-
every pass.
Walk me through this.
Oh, I
By
owe
the way,
you an apology, it
No, but tell
sounds
me
like.
this. It's not. I'm not. I don't want an apology. I
Oh,
enjoy
I'm about to
talking to
steal
you.
that
Last time we spoke, I think out of the 7 clips that we posted, 3 of them was upset because it was comments you made that were bad against Mossad, and I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
very revealing. I thought it was
Slap
great.
that
But
bitch.
walk me through each of these. Number 1, hardcore Zionist, 100% backer of Pahlavi, and then 94%.
I mean, that's a
Tell me.
but
Okay,
like
the
that's,
reason I said that is because
All right, but
he is though. Like, why is he pissed? See,
Oh.
here's the thing
Yeah.
about these shops.
Told
They'll
you
sit
about
there
that.
and they'll say, "Oh, we want the shot."
Yo!
Islam is bad,
All right,
blah, blah,
nigga,
blah,"
I'm
and
done
you're like,
with the
"All right,
fucking
yeah, you like the
shit,
shot.
man.
You're a
That shit-
monarchist."
That's
So-
hard.
Well, not really. I just want
I'm
freedom
about
for
to
my
just
people.
straight up fucking
Bro, like,
mid-range.
these
That's
guys,
it. Fuck this
oh
shit.
my God,
This shit
I quit
retarded
literally,
as
bro. I
fuck.
just
I
call
get
them shot
touched.
tellers.
asking for
I
it,
lose the
but
ball.
saying that.
Yeah, these dudes are shot
That's
tellers.
Nigga doing
bro.
layups.
But-
Yeah, and I won't make this too long-winded because I want to make sure we don't interrupt I don't interrupt the video too much because I go on these tangents. But like, again, this just all
that
is.
go-to
This is
shot
why
shit,
John
man,
is
that
calling
shit,
him a Zionist, because when you use these anti-IRGC kind of talking points in this rhetoric, it's fine because
Damn, that nigga
IRGC
got
is
back.
not the prettiest-
I'm wide
exactly.
open.
We know the IRGC isn't the prettiest regime in the world, but that unfortunately renders you a Zionist whether you
I saw
realize
that
it or
nigga
not,
shoot that
because
shit.
you are serving their agenda directly by pushing that line of thinking, as well as the fact that if the IRGC doesn't exist, well then it gets exactly what they want. They get to do whatever they want. And I don't know if Patrick but David realizes
You
that,
wanna switch to
but that's
big
why he
power
comes
forward?
off as a Zionist.
I
Even
get A.
Kiriakou believed at one point he was he thought he was for a second because of how hard his rhetoric was in favor of people. So, all these Iranian diaspora,
Yeah.
secular,
Like, every way-
monarchist,
they
child-like
always-
individuals.
They wave this flag. They put the lion flag. Like, bro, if you wave a lion flag, you're literally you're a mouth breather. If I see you waving the Iranian flag with the lion in it, 9 out of 10 times you're a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you sit here and support the country that led to the destruction of your country? Like, people forget that it was the United States and England that originally toppled their government. They're a democratically elected official. And then Sousa tried to lie and say he wasn't democratically elected. Yes, he was. He was elected via the parliament. So
They don't know that.
But
That's
it's
a
like-
part that the propaganda, of course, tries very hard to skip over. But he was democratically
He was.
elected, and that power structure has existed for the longest. So, but that's what all led to, Steven Crowder was reacting to something earlier. I think Chris Cuomo was going on about the fact that the uranium is not really that big of an issue and whatever, and he was right. But they brought up a clip of Trump in the 80s, and Trump was talking about, or the 90s, I can't remember, Trump was talking about the hostage situation in the embassy and everything like that. But that all stems from
Right.
U.S. intervention. That doesn't stem from this, Islam.
Yep.
And it's really like the best litmus test for me. If I see that you are blaming Islam for the situation in Iran, right away I know you're not educated on history.
Yeah.
Because if
shit,
you
I'm trying to
were,
get the
you
fuck
would know
away.
Iran's instability has nothing to do with their religious base.
This nigga keeps doing this in and out shit.
Literally all
Exactly.
foreign intervention, bro, since 1953, and it's really embarrassing how the Shatards don't know that.
Nigga, I'm not passing the ball up when y'all niggas give me a dirty, nigga.
After 20
Don't
years
give me
of
the ball
rule,
at 5 seconds
kicking
left.
you out for no reason, bro. Like,
You had the
dudes
ball,
got
you
rid of
dribbled
you
in
because
it, you
were
dribbled
ripping the country
around.
out. You were giving the United
Nah, he
States
dribbled
and
that shit
England
around,
a
nigga.
significant amount
Find
of
a
revenue
shot.
from
You
the
had time
petroleum
before.
companies, and you privatized it instead of making it state, instead of having it be you allowed it to be privatized so
right on.
foreign countries and governments will make money versus nationalized.
Got a nigga sitting on you, standing
exactly.
still.
It's a tell on how much these individuals like Patrick Bet-David and others lack information in their early Shah days and
Out of touch.
how the dynamic worked. Yeah, completely out of touch.
Like, he left Iran
But
when he was
that's-
11, dude. Like, bro, you left Iran when you were 11 years old. Like, how did it? I lived in New York City.
IRGC wasn't even
9 years old, dude. Like, I don't consider myself a New Yorker at all.
Yeah. So it's the thing is like that's what I'm saying. Islam is just the easiest punching bag for this situation. They don't want to get into the history. They don't want to say the difficult truth. What caused the hostage situation that lasted over 400 days? What cooked Jimmy Carter? You know, like Ronald Reagan had to clean it up. It's really just the matter of fact that Islam is the easiest punching bag to kind of distract people from the real problem, which is the United States. MI6, all of these different intelligence corporations had gotten involved, or intelligence agencies got involved and
That's a
started
good
a problem
defense,
they were
man.
never really able to put a cap on. We never put that fire out, and we're paying for it now today. And Trump's trying to put the fire out, but obviously the fire's got too big. You know, the fire's got too big to put out right away. To now, half of our interceptor missiles in the region have now run dry. You know, did you see that today? There was a mainstream kind of wave of reports, narrative, and this whole narrative was titled the fact that the United States is running out of a large amount of our Patriot missile interceptor systems that are responsible for defending several other neighboring countries in the Gulf. So, you know, we created this issue. You know, we started it. And instead of trying to fix it diplomatically, like we kind of already had going in 16, we try to attack it head on, and that's proved to be pretty ineffective.
Yeah.
His appearance, number one.
Yeah, one of the best PlayStation games you played
and the
in a
comments that
long
you made
time.
about Pahlavi, like, why hasn't this guy called me back? I want him on the show. Like, why? He's irrelevant. He's a clown.
Why hasn't he called me back? I had him on the show 2 times.
Yeah, but when you first invited
Do you know
him,
why? Do you know what happened there? He's
thought it was
asking
like
for
2
help.
clubs.
Because the interviewer, the Iranian interviewer that interviewed me, is asking me, "Are you going to help him? Are you going to help Reza Pahlavi?" And we're speaking in Farsi and English. And I said, "No." He asked me for help. I never heard back from him. But I made some very bad remarks about the guy. Have you heard what I've said about them?
no, I'd
So
love to.
I don't know how you must not know how monarchists think of me right now.
No,
Do you know they
I
can't
think I'm
stand
dead
me
wrong.
today?
Good.
No, it's not good. I liked his father. I don't think he's a strong leader.
He's not.
He was following me. His wife was following me. His daughter was
Right, but you liked his father, so
following me. Everybody unfollowed. The monarchists attacked me because I called them. Oh, it is in shambles with me and that relationship, bro. Maybe play a
No,
clip
that's
of what I said in the podcast. If you want to play that.
That's a badge of
You're
honor.
gonna leave Iran and go Kim. By the way, you know what's the biggest thing that Iranian people are saying? Hey, Reza Pahlavi, why don't you go to Azerbaijan and say a few words from there? Come closer to Iran, show some stuff. He's not doing it. The one thing about Trump, let me tell you what was very crystal clear about Trump, about Milei, about Bukele. You know what it was? They're willing to do the legwork. They're willing to go out there. They're willing to pay the price. They're willing to drive. They're willing to work their tails off. It's very obvious. We, the market, said, who is this crazy Elvis-looking guy from Argentina? There is no way he'll ever win making out with people on stage. Guess what? He won. Who is this
I owe you
Bukele
an
guy that's in his
apology.
early mid-30s? And by the way, let me give you what's going to be confusing. I have a painting of his dad in my house. So I'm a fan of his father. So this is not like a bash towards the family.
Bro, the dad was way worse.
yeah.
Like,
He's referring to the previous Shah.
yeah, the one
in
that
Iran,
got
guys.
kicked
If
out.
you're not familiar, from 53 to 53 to 79, Operation Ajax to the actual Islamic Revolution, and then now they're talking about Reza Pahlavi, who is the son of Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, who was the former leader of Iran before the whole regime change situation took place in 79.
This right
So
here.
just so if you guys are confused, because they have the same name,
Yeah.
so this gets confusing.
Here he is right here. This is the guy that got kicked out in
was the
1979.
former leader.
He was a former leader,
Yes.
and this is the guy that privatized the oil industry, which the United States and England exploited, and recognized So the reason why England and the United States all work together with their intelligence agencies to get this guy out, put this guy in, is because he privatized the petroleum industry, which is what Mossadegh tried to not do. Mossadegh tried to nationalize it so the country would benefit from the resources. This guy comes in and privatizes it. These other countries make a bunch of money. The people don't see the benefit from their own resources. Private companies make all the profit. And he had a very brutal secret police called the Savak, who used to go out and torture and kill people that were critical of the government. And obviously the United States, in exchange for putting him in power, they got the oil revenue and then got the benefit of being recognized. I think Iran was one of the first countries in the region to recognize
I just went from like.
So that's what was involved, because they needed allies in the region. And in exchange they got support. That's why they got
the
F4s and the fighter jets.
I just went from like 35 followers to 929.
But yeah, dude, this dude completely betrayed his country, and this is why so many people hate the Shah, because he ended up just becoming a puppet for the West.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, we can go back to. But this is who my brother's talking about, and this is who he
Ain't no
talking
way,
about.
man.
Just towards, I was critical of him because for 47 years he's been talking about he wants to have Iran be free, and he didn't do it. And keep in mind, a part of me is, yeah, that's the painting in my house. That's a 15-foot painting. His father's right in the middle. My criticism is of him. But I was watching it. I'm like, why? Did somebody tell you I'm a Zionist?
Yeah.
Did you? Who's that?
It was in the chat.
No, but
I was reading the chat.
Did any other influencers that you go and do?
I mean, he is a Zionist.
Yeah.
Why is he trying to like walk it back? Like, bro, you support, like,
Yeah.
you've been it. You support Adam Sosnick, your co-host, is a hardcore Zionist. You agree with him. You support the war. Like, you don't have to say I'm a Zionist for us to know that you're a Zionist. You support Zionist talking points. You support the state of. You had Netanyahu on the show. Like, you are a Zionist, my friend. You didn't ask him any tough questions.
Yeah, and the reason why it's easy to say that is because there's no neutrality when it comes to this topic in the Middle East. You either are against and their policy, or against our foreign policy in support of it, and you viciously condemn that on a consistent basis, or you straddle the line and you're in favor of a war in Iran that does nothing except address the proxy situation that it has to deal with on a day-to-day basis when they try and violate the sovereignty of its neighbors. So it's really annoying and kind of frustrating when Patrick Bet-David goes, well, I don't know why you're saying this to me like I'm a Zionist. Well, it's like, hey, because you don't do anything when it comes to condemnation of it. And they've exacerbated so many already pre-existing issues in the region. And now that we're at war with Iran, in the beginning, let's not act silly. We can pull up the clips. You, Vinny, and Adam were raving about how this is going to be a successful operation, and the United States is making an ultimately good decision, and we should get the Shah back in power. Maybe not Reza Pahlavi, but something like the Shah. Bring the Shah days back. So you got the guy framed in your house, right? So there's no secret that obviously your interests are parallel with the interests. At the same time, you just so casually happen to hate Islam. And maybe you have never said that, but you never hesitate or skip the opportunity to take a dig at Islam to push your rhetoric further. And that's all the base of Zionist propaganda and Zionist talking points and Hasbar that you see every single day on Fox News and X and all the other outlets. So again, we are not saying you're a Zionist because you said on your show, unless he has. I don't think he's ever said it verbatim or explicitly that he's a Zionist, but it's really that his ideological centering is very similar to that of a Zionist. So it's not a derogatory term. It's not this degrading term. We're just calling what we see. It's just funny how he's getting defensive. However, I'd be surprised to see if he tries and denies it. So tries to deny it. So YB Lit, thank you so much for the $10.
Views with, did anybody whisper to you off camera, hey, be careful with Patrick, he's a Zionist?
After this, we gotta go back to the Randy Fine thing with the Hadith, and he said something about like behind a rock or whatever. I want you to kind of explain that. We'll do Randy Fine after this. Yeah, we'll go back to him.
Yes.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't want to out him like that, but he said, oh, you're going on PBD? I said, yeah. He said, be careful, Patrick comes out swinging on it.
Is this a big name?
Yeah, it's a pretty big name.
One of the biggest names? So then I know who it is.
I don't want to out
Was his family in the CIA before, maybe?
I've got to stop.
Okay. All right.
But I want to apologize on the record because I was wrong.
Tucker.
Okay.
Tucker.
100%.
Yeah.
So that and the BB side, because
But it's true. And I hate this dishonesty. It's like, hey bro, just draw the line in the sand and be honest about where you stand. I would respect that so much more than doing this vague straddle the line cover up like, well, why are you saying I'm a Zionist? Like, Bro, well, because
You are.
the whole line of your thinking and all your talking points are Zionistic.
And I don't know why Kirikow is like being a about it. Like, dude, just say what it is.
You
You
ain't about to
support the
start
Shah.
with no
That in
AI.
of itself makes you a Zionist because they want to overthrow the government. Who also wants to overthrow the government? You had the Shah on. You condemn Islam every single time you get a chance. You're pro-war, right? You're supportive of the war generally speaking. What else? You've been in multiple times. You had Netanyahu on and didn't ask him any hard questions. Your co-host is a hardcore Zionist, right? You bring on pro voices way more than anti voices. You refuse to criticize. Like through deductive problem solving, anyone can see that he is a Zionist. He is. He just doesn't like to overtly say that, right? He likes to keep it ambiguous. You have a consulting business where a lot of your clients that probably come to you are Zionists, right? It's bad for business. You are closely aligned with the Trump administration or Zionists. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it just. I don't know why Kiriako is not. Maybe he doesn't know beauty as good as we do. But dude, yes, he is a Zionist. I don't know why he's not like just saying like, yes, you are, bro. Like, you are a Zionist.
The context clues are everywhere.
Yeah.
And they've been everywhere. So
yeah, I
maybe
mean
he's just
the fact that like,
boiling under the pressure. He doesn't want to be confrontational. I'm not sure.
I'm
but
trying to think about it. Has he brought on recently like any big voices that are critical of this year?
Not to my knowledge, but in all honesty, I don't pay attention to much of his uploads or his guests. Of course, he has in the past, but that's really because he was kind of left with no choice.
Like in the last year, I don't think so. Someone said Nick, he brought Nick on because it had an enormous amount of pressure on him, and he had to do it.
Yeah,
and he
had no choice.
He didn't live stream it as well. I don't know if you guys caught on to that. Like he pre-recorded it.
It was a premiere,
and he premiered it. So So that was because he was getting ratioed and like that on X, and he just had to do it. And that was last year. But this year, I don't think he's brought on any voices critical of it. Because even John Kiriako, I shouldn't admit this. I'm gonna say, do you know that me and Sneeko had an interview lined up with him and they backed out last second?
Wow, I thought it was.
Yeah, me too. He backed out. Something to do with like for legal reasons he can't work with us. I was like, what?
Yeah, you know what my inkling is when I saw that? It must have to do with the club cost. I think that was the most recent wave of like cancellation, if you will, that you guys had received, and so that being kind of fresh on the radar recently this year, because it was the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, kind of scared him.
Like, and that's what, apparently, like they said he got signed with like some talent agency, and like for legal reasons he can't work with me. And I was like, what? I was like, I'll read that shit verbatim, bro, because that shit kind of pissed me off. Because they wanted me to go talk at one of his events, and I was like, sure, but I would like to have him on the show. And they said, we were recently informed that John is officially signed with CAA. Last night's reps advised that he is no longer able to participate in your podcast or our April 10th event due to legal reasons. What the?
That makes no sense.
They said
it would just be so much more
legal reasons.
And it would just be so much more refreshing if they were honest and said.
And they did the same thing to Sneeko, and it said it came directly from the thing. And I was like, what the? Like, bro, do you know what I used to do for work? Like, I didn't get convicted of any felonies ever. Like, I used to work in law enforcement. Like, if anything, Kiriako's gotten in more legal trouble than I have. But that just goes to show.
He absolutely, he 100% has.
Bro, like, what the fuck? Like, he got convicted of espionage. Like, you're telling me I didn't get convicted of any of this shit? It's like, oh, sorry for legal translation?
Yo, my bad. They kicked me from the game and they gave me a fucking ban.
And it's amazing to me how the guy that went to jail for espionage is scared.
I got fucking banned for 30 minutes.
That just goes to show how much power they have, bro. That just goes to show how much power they have. And I know Kiriako's like talks about Mossad or whatever, but like he kind of keeps it there. He keeps that Mossad and Zionism. He doesn't go into like the other, which I get it. But like, bro, what the fuck? Like that's.
Did you guys end up winning that game though?
Facing an honest and say, hey, it's because you're too controversial. Like just be honest and upfront that you're.
They fucking kicked me from the shit. I couldn't even fucking play. Like, I was in the game and they fucking just kicked me from the end game. Like I never done that shit.
Dude, I was used to work in law enforcement. What the fuck are you talking about? So that made me like really, lose an insane amount of respect for this guy. It's like, bro, are you serious? So
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, but yeah, they did the same thing too. It's what is it, creative artist?
Plus, you gotta get off soon, right?
Well, here's the thing too that go ahead, do your.
I don't know, but they might, you never know. They might suspend me or fire me. So I don't know.
Look, hold on.
Yeah, so when you go in and shit, let me know if they fucking suspend you and shit. Did they end up calling you and shit? Or you gotta go in and find out. Like you gotta clock in and find out.
Michael S. Rosenfeld, Ronald Mayer, Roland Perkins, Romanian.
Yeah.
I'm good for it. Even if they do fire me, I got holiday working pay
Ronald
and
Bayer,
overtime out of this shit. So
Roland
I'm gonna give no
Perkins.
fucks.
Let's see here. I can't see if it says age here.
There you go.
I mean, if they fire you, are you gonna try to get your job back, or you gonna go do something else?
Crazy.
Bro,
We'll
so
do something
let me
else.
get this straight, bro.
Probably
He
gonna be a
assigns this
police officer or
agency,
something.
and then immediately 3 of the 4 we know are confirmed. I don't know if this Roland Perkins guy is or not, but yeah, 4 by
Yeah,
5
that
agents.
point that you got
Hilarious,
for
bro.
25
It's
is
like
fucking
the
BS
stereotypes
though,
so
because
it's like
yeah, there's nothing you could have
What I was
done.
gonna say, you know, the thing with
Right.
John
That's why they
Kerry
don't give. That's
that
why I
I've
hate they
noticed,
don't
but
give
I
you no
refrain from
fucking. They don't
saying
give you
is
layaway
He has kind of leaned into
for
the
shit like that. I had to call out for the same shit
So of course that falls in line with
because I was gonna be fucking late. Like I knew I was gonna be late. I like once I got down there, it was like past fucking. It was like 9:15, 9:20. I was like, I'm not going in.
That's just because it's
Yeah, and they was
popular right
like,
now to
they.
do it.
I mean,
And I want to say this
the
really
funny, the
personally.
crazy
This is
thing
something
is,
that
it's
I feel
like,
passionate about or strongly about.
man, just kicked me out of the game too.
Trent, I just
What the
confirmed.
fuck?
Roland Perkins is.
Is your boy getting off?
Nah, he gonna be on.
So pretty much the guy that
You
can
can
play
run with him.
Assad is owned by
Hold on, I'm about
Now
to
he is, yeah.
back
Because
out.
Unbelievable.
as soon as he signed that thing, because he just signed. So we're probably gonna see a decline in him criticizing it. 4 for 4, bro.
100%.
Niggas got the Wendy
He might
special.
mean it.
Probably gonna be playing
But
something.
that's unfortunate
Play
because
with
that's
you and
exactly
him.
what got him all the
I like
praise.
his
That's
build
exactly
though.
what
It's
made him
fun.
so mainstream is him talking about that you were gonna die tomorrow. Like that's his whole thing.
What up,
Ninety
people?
minutes, that's crazy.
And their threats from Assad.
What up?
He had the inside lore. He's the guy who said he bets that Operation Midnight Hammer was because of an blackmail nuclear threat.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the guy that has kind of leaned into a very high level political analysis that is critical of it and shows you how they undermine.
We have your shit
the
on
government.
gold.
But this is the thing, and this is
Did you
kind of
did
what
you
I've
did you
noticed
did you
as a
did
recurring pattern is like all
what
these
special
guys that are
what
now coming into the
specialization
space,
did you
whether they're
pick
former
for
CIA
your
or
for your
former
go that
military,
shooter?
whatever. And there's so many guys, you know who I'm talking about.
Who,
I'm
me
not
or
gonna say their
him?
names explicitly. They're all leaning
Oh, you.
into this,
Did you
like,
pick
you know,
shooter?
pro-America, anti-sentiment, and it's
finished
only
this shit.
because of the fact that
I finished my shit. Tim must finish.
and I know that may seem so odd.
Oh,
but
you
it's
did
like,
both specializations?
Yeah, I got all the bills.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
Like, it's
every
not for the
joint
love of
filled
the
up.
Every specialization done?
No, I ain't do the one. I only did
It's not to really
fucking
talk about
shooting
what's
and
right.
finishing.
It's because this is what
The fucking shoot, the last one, yo, is fucking. That shit's. You gotta make 2,000 fucking threes. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
just
of
did that
fucking-
shit in one. I did that shit on the 5v5 joint. Next to the Gatorade.
Stand on business. This is your moment to shine.
get 7
Show that
free
you're
balls.
grounded ideologically, and he just pulls back.
What is it?
To me,
The started
that's so
with the
dishonest.
the fucking shit next to the Gatorade facility.
Yeah, to a lot. That's how I finish all my shit.
Like if there's a
Especially
time
the
to stay on
fucking
business,
finishes.
it's
Finishing
right
is easy.
now. Like right now.
Now we know
That
why.
shooting one took forever. But yeah, you get this plus 2 back. You get this badass.
Cool. All right. So now
Plus,
Yeah, I wanna-
plus 1 and 2. Like, cause I got my nigga right now. I got 89 three ball with a 75. I mean, 89 mid with a 75 three ball. I get fucking. I got all Hall of Fame. Shoot.
Okay.
Like bro got the call, I just had to cancel. Like that's fucking.
Yeah, so it's the open courts, right? The open court athletics.
Yeah, and then you get that second cap break too.
And you want to work with them, and then you back
I already
out
got that one
because
already for
if you
this.
sign to an agency
I'm on the last one.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
trying to get the
max too.
trying to get the max too. I already got the 2 cap breakers from it.
Somebody goes, Riyadh, it's deeper.
Where you at
On this one, I'm about to hit like
It took me a day to finish that shit though. Well, like 2 days, maybe 3.
So the agency that owns this
I'm like
guy
creeping
now,
on
this
1,000
is an
shots
aerial
right now.
footage.
Like I gotta make 1,000 more threes.
Yeah, whenever I'm like fucking sitting down here and not doing shit, I just go in there and ring up shots, ring up shots, ring
That's a
up
little
shots,
bit
ring up
odd.
shots.
That is a little bit odd. Like,
Just keep
that
playing, keep
closely
playing, keep
resembles,
playing.
like, the whole
And that
eye thing.
because
You
I
ain't
know
gonna get
this.
it. You ain't gonna get it done.
It's
Fucking
kinda-
playing.
That is a little bit weird. I'm not gonna lie.
No, no.
Of course.
I know they fucking they patched it, but before you could go into the fucking the practice facility and shoot in the practice facility. I don't know if they patched that. Because you can go in there, shoot a 3, quit, shoot a 3, quit.
Now that I'm like looking at this,
Like I don't know if they patched it for the live practice and shit. I don't know if they patched it. They probably fucking patched it. Cause that's how I got that 1,000 one done. I went into the fucking practice facility and just kept shooting the 3, quit the game, and fucking kept doing it over and over.
Trying to say legal reasons. No, bro, it's just because I'm critical of it. Like, I'm not, like,
keep going back to the high school
was a convicted felon.
out of bounds
Never
drawing.
on my life, right?
That's why I
Yes,
did
speeding tickets, but like
I did the out of bounds shit.
here's my criticism.
You can just shoot
I'm
over
more
everybody.
demonized. Isn't that crazy? Absolutely nuts.
You keep
So
going
yeah,
back
I'm
to them
sorry
games,
for that,
keep
'cause it's
going.
like, dude, you clearly you want to do a collab, now you're backing out because you got the call.
Well, that's where my frustration is from, right?
Yeah.
These people that kind of are two-faced, that they play it like they're for the cause, they play it like they're on the right side, they're on the truth, but really it's like almost a grift, you know, it's a LARP in a way.
Yeah, but yeah, I wasn't gonna expose that, but bro, it is what it is. But yeah, basically, me and Sneeko, they both said no after we signed this CCAA.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know who's the only person in the world that interviewed BB and Nick Fuentes within 30 days?
It's gotta be, yeah.
It's only me.
It's gotta be.
Right, right or wrong. You did a good thing and you did a bad thing. What are you trying to say there? I give everybody the chance to talk. Like,
No, man.
you should never. Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu is a wanted war criminal. This guy kills people for a living. That's quite literally what he does. It's not a flex that you had him on the show. That's what he does.
I didn't ask any, and didn't get any questions. And then again, that actually proves.
Football interview.
Actually, that proves even more. Proves more what I was gonna say. He brought Nick on because he was getting a lot of pressure to bring him on. Like people were calling him Patrick Bedstar, David, all this other stuff. So what he did was like, you know what? I'm gonna have Netanyahu on. Let me do Nick as well. We're gonna put a coordinate, and then he put him on at the same time so he can like escape the headaches.
And it wasn't an ambush on Nick, but the questions he asked him were really front-facing and really direct.
Yeah.
That had to do with Nick's ideological basis.
He challenged
Whereas
Nick
with
way
Netanyahu
more.
was softball. Yeah, and he challenged Nick way more, and there was a motivation and a hunger to have Nick on the show. There was no motivation or
What we
hunger to
doing?
have Benjamin Netanyahu. Totally
What?
optional. So, it's
What we
like,
doing?
you know,
Nobody was asking to interview that.
I don't know if he's gotta go. I don't know if he. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
get
about
off.
to- I'm about to
Go.
hit
He's
the
about to get off. Go to
river.
work. Whatever. If he gotta go to work or
He
not.
only brought Nick on to number one
say,
in
if I
response
don't
to
call me
pressure,
in
but in response to pressure. But now I'm glad that he actually mentioned that. I had Nick and Netanyahu on in the same month. Oh, now
Yeah, he
this
don't
is
know
how
if
we
he gonna
put
get
it.
fired or
He
not.
wanted to be able to say I brought Nick on and Netanyahu to kind of save face for the
Shut the
inevitable
fucking
headache that
economy.
precisely right where he's exercising right now. He wanted to be able to say that.
Yeah,
Completely right.
Good call. Yeah.
He go in there and fucking.
I
They
got
tell
two
him
new
to
jobs
fucking go
lined up
home.
already.
Same people.
Because he learned from Nelk's mistake. Nelk's done brought him on, and then
They did a little damage control with you for like 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and you fried them.
yeah. Like
that was
Okay,
so
I'm
Patrick saw what
inviting
happened with them, so he
fucking-
said, "Nah, let me not do this." And then he
Hands,
intelligently
hold on,
brought
fuck
both on to do that.
Wait,
but
what
yeah,
is it, 2 o'clock? You
with
probably
Nelk,
got
they
this kid.
put him on too, and they got cooked. And then they had
You be playing, I'll be on.
straight after. And
Join
Carlo
up and
wasn't-
shit.
It would never.
Yeah, I'm on. I'll hit you up.
They had Nick on. I think they're supposed to
If you want to run, let me know.
They
I'll run it.
literally, they got fried.
Yeah.
And they went straight to
Oh, you
like
got
the
the
JQ
bands
event. It was so funny. It was like right away. It's like
No,
right
I'm
quick,
the,
like,
the
come
band's
on,
over
it's
with.
like,
I got
we have to
banned
go the
from
other way
fucking
now.
that last game. They fucking kicked me from the. Yeah. No, the band's done now. I'm saying when we were playing that game earlier, it kicked me from the game and told me I got a 30-minute ban. So it's been 30 minutes.
And then I opened up
Yeah,
my
I feel you.
YouTube. And
I was like, damn, like, why they? I was like,
what?
damn,
And
they,
and I'm
like, in the middle of a fucking game, they
customized
kick me
shit,
like
what's
that.
going on
Like,
here?
that's
And I click
crazy.
and I see like then I was like, wait, did he interview Netanyahu? And then I look at the comment section, I was like, oh, and then everything like
Yeah.
fell into place.
Everybody was pissed.
Yeah, because I was like, why are they? Because Steiny, I was supposed to do
Still
something
be
with Steiny
playing
before
with
this-
pots and
this
pans.
was
Come
from
on,
Ryan
say,
Watson
go
shit.
by the
I was supposed to do
tool,
something with Steiny like
100%
years ago,
call me
right?
boobies,
Like
bitch.
one night with
One
Steiny,
of those
she
days,
brings
show
the
me
girl on,
boobies.
blah blah blah. I was supposed to do something with them for a minute, and then like it never ended up going through. I was like, okay, it's probably because
But
he
the
doesn't
suicide
like what I'm saying,
suicide.
whatever. Because for those of you guys that don't know,
I'll pull up
Steiny's dad
the
is like a high powered attorney that defended a Jew by, right? So obviously they're pro.
Bitch.
So what ended up happening was when I got the call from the mutual friend, I was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna just do that open court shit when nobody's on. Just fucking keep doing that shit.
You gotta do that out of bounds.
right? Because
That's-
Oh, the out of bounds?
Yeah, that's what it's something my court. You go to fucking to the.
So they never
Once you go
really,
in,
Yeah, I know.
you know,
The story, right? The story, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
play
You
them
just,
games.
you just gotta keep doing it over and over again.
Oh yeah, fuck it. I mean, you can shoot fucking. I think I was making like 70 shots or 63
But
balls.
when they hit me up randomly,
A game.
Okay.
I was very
And it's
skeptical.
5 minute
And
quarters.
that's when I looked at their page and I saw that
Okay.
they interviewed Netanyahu and I saw the comments that said,
So it
oh,
probably
shit.
like a game would be like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes.
So then
probably.
I kind of like watched
Okay.
a little bit and I was like, oh, they didn't ask.
So
me
you
to
shooting
talk
60,
over talking
70,
about Burger King or
like,
whatever. So
Yeah,
What's the
I'm
most
just
threes
going
you
to
can-
and then when I got on, I saw
I had
that
like
that's
200,
fine.
I needed
200.
time real quick to get ready
30
and set
points or some shit
So
like that?
they had already been talking to Nick at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, full on damage control. Here we go.
Yeah.
So that was.
All I do is step back,
Right,
shoot.
you have a
Step
solid
back,
issue
shoot.
with
Step back,
Benjamin
shoot.
Netanyahu. You're not
Catch the ball,
politically
step back,
involved
shoot.
at all. So
You know,
it
when I
shows
had
that
Bomber,
you
I
were
was
paid
just
to do
fucking
the
in
interview
my
or
court
something
because
like
it's
that.
high school
You
court,
don't do
so it's
politics
like
whatsoever.
everywhere is a
The
three
first
ball.
moment you ever step into politics, you have
Pop that
Benjamin
bitch.
Netanyahu on your show. And then you ask him, McDonald's or Burger King?
Yeah, I know
you
the
gotta
fucking fitted.
put that shit on fucking rookie, or whatever the fuck the lowest one is.
Regulated.
I let
Yeah,
that
it's
bitch
rookie.
fly.
Regulated? We have free speech. So that was just a show.
Yeah, you
And
need that
honestly,
1,000. You get that
it deserved
1,000
a
today.
negative
You
response. It was a big
can't
mistake.
even look at it too.
You really
Just keep
should have
fucking
known
going
better.
in there.
It was a
Keep going in there.
big
Because as much as you
mistake.
get
Yeah,
done,
And I'm sure they'd even, I'm
Get
sure
that
they'd
much
even
closer.
admit to that. You know, like that was a
No,
mistake.
it was.
you
Yeah.
get 500 in like
This is
at
why
least
they,
2
like,
hours.
this is why
Yeah,
they,
probably like 2 hours.
they did it because obviously
Yeah,
they're in
you
that
might
Trump
as well
circle.
complete
They're
that
all
bitch
Zionists.
today.
So like, in their head, they're like,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it
"Oh,
today."
It's a good idea to do this, and it's like,
Yeah,
no, dude,
that
it's
motherfucker.
really not a good
Crazy.
idea at all.
Not a good idea whatsoever.
So.
I just wanna know what Mac-
Looking to see if the
all that
owners,
shit.
if,
I was like,
I'm just
hell
looking to see if the
no.
owners are
Fuck
happy
it. I'm
that
just
they're-
Oh, that
shooting
shit-
on all
that
my
shit-
bills. I'll just make sure I do a cap breaker for all of my shooting.
Iranians, yeah, the Iranian Americans of Kurdish heritage.
You know what I mean?
They're
I'll
probably
get the cap breakers for the
pro-Shah.
shooting, and I put up my
They're
finishing and
probably
everything
pro-Shah,
else, and just cap breaking my
they're
shooting.
100% pro-Shah more than likely. But most
Yeah,
most
I would.
American
I
Iranians
would.
are pro-Shah and they're out of California. So okay, but yeah, I digress.
Because
But
how many
That
cap
one
breakers
freedom
you
of
have right
speech
now?
that pitch it,
20,
don't practice
22.
it. What do I mean
God
by that?
damn,
A
20,
generally
God
logical
damn.
talk
That's
to people
great.
that agree with them.
Yes.
You
You
and I
get
don't
two
agree
for
Oh,
on
yeah.
maybe a few things.
No, which
Yeah.
is why
I
I still
love the
enjoy it.
conversation. I love the conversation.
Playing this
because
shit.
the-
Damn.
My
Yeah,
thoughts are
fucking
that,
hip
Alicia,
hop
just bring it to me. It's
words,
totally
yeah.
fine. My thoughts
Just
are,
out
it's
here
like,
fucking
man,
Shit, you
I
hit
don't know.
Legend 1, you get
CIA
you get another
knows more
3.
than I do.
Oh, no,
Yes,
no.
from experience, I
Alright,
want to
fuck,
know.
no, no,
Now,
I'm getting
I'm
there. I'm
wrong
getting
and I
0.1,
apologize.
0.2
Let's
out
go
there
to the other
fucking
ones. I want to
game.
clear all of this up. Let's go to the one about when you said 94%.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hit
When I
vet
said
3 for
94%.
fucking
Rob, can you
at least a
take one
month
of the
now. I'm only at
language learning
67%.
models?
I
Why
play
don't we
this
do
shit all
both of
day,
them?
every day.
Take
67.4.
ChatGPT and do Grok and ask a question. How do you want to pose this question?
I'm
What
trying to hit that
percentage
fucking
of
starter.
Iranians
Hit that
I just
starting
made
fucking
some-
5, get
I
that
just
3.
made this nigga
What percentage
yesterday.
of
This
Iranians
nigga's
don't
alright.
support the IRGC?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
ask
nigga
the same
cold though.
exact
I like the
question. So
you got
what
the
we'll
99
do is
driving
we'll
though.
ask
That shit's
different and we'll
trash.
do our own, and then we'll look at the numbers that's being
You got
given.
90.
Okay.
Don't
You
go
got
over no
94.
fucking. You might as well do 94, 96, and that's it.
93.
Based on available polls, support
Yeah, and I got that 75 3 ball. That shit go in. I use that Paul. I should have jumped. I use that Paul Reed bitch. That shit go up.
Internal Iranian government poll
Yeah.
2025 commissioned by the presidency, a confidential report.
Yeah,
found
93 is the
92%
sweet
of
spot,
Iranians
and
hate
if
the
you don't want to
regime.
hit nothing
That's
to do
from
93,
explicitly
87 is not
including
bad
Supreme
either.
Leader Khamenei and the
You really
IRGC,
don't need a
not
high
just
driving bill
specific
like that.
officials or
I don't, but I was
policies.
just on the
This was
podcast. I could've
cited
used
by
that shit.
Iranian
That's what I want to
experts.
know.
My shit goes up to a 93 with 2 cap breakers.
Yeah,
I should
and look,
put
first
2
of
on that
all,
bitch and then fucking
Iran
put it on
is a
fucking.
rogue nation that has been ostracized by the global community per the command of the United States with their
I'm
sanctions
in
and
here.
all
I'm in
that.
here. I'm at the
And so
door.
numbers
I
that you
could've
get
put
out of
that- I
Iran
could've
are
put-
already
oh, you know
questionable
what?
because are they even coming
Damn,
from
my shit
Iranian
went from an
sources? And if
87
they
to a
are, like
99.
Iran Intel or anything else, you still
Shit.
got to look at
Oh, you
what's
cap.
happening
Oh,
on
you
the
cap
ground
break
now,
it. Yeah, you cap
rallying
break
around
that
the
bitch.
flag effect.
Yeah, you cap
This is
break
something
it
that
from that.
everybody
Yeah.
strategically steps over.
I could've put
Prior
that
to this
bitch for
conflict,
fucking
even if more than half of Iranians were not in favor of the
interior,
IRGC,
fucking
so
close
that's
shots, and put
fine.
that bitch
And
on
I'll be
close
gracious enough to even concede to that without trying to dig
Close
deep.
shot is layup.
My
You-
whole point in the
What is
contention
your
that I
your
have
3?
is this
Your 3
war
goes to an
came
80 and
back. So
shit
if
with
you
cap
want people
burgers.
to hate the
5.
IRGC, well now they've just had a butterfly effect
Okay, yeah.
exacerbated for
Yeah,
them
well,
on the
I didn't even
global
think about that because I don't get sharpshooter. I fucked up.
scale. United States and
You get
joint
sharpshooter
very
takeover
victims
if you have
in
an
this
83
situation.
going.
We have made them look
Yeah.
better than they have ever looked because we started a problem
I ain't
that
gonna
they
never
did
get to
not
an
start.
80.
We started a problem, and they're the ones who are simply responding by holding the Strait of Hormuz hostage and trying to weaponize it so they can somehow come out of this
Go in
victorious.
whenever you're ready.
What has the malicious
Oh, you at the
bloodthirsty
door?
intent
I
of
ain't-
regime change in the
let's see.
IRGC,
Alright, player.
right or wrong? Right. Okay. So we can at least discern that they are trying and to protect their sovereignty as a religious group of people. Paired along with the fact that the Iranians, as a whole, whether they support the IRGC
Yeah, we
or
were fucking
not,
them up
definitely
earlier.
do
Man,
not
we
like
beat
the
them
United States
motherfuckers up by like
definitely
30
do not like
points.
I think that's one thing that we can actually
wait, you're
agree
starting
upon.
4?
And by the way,
Better
the
be starting
same
5 to get
people
3.
that always say,
Yeah, I
How
get
far away
3.
are you probably still get 1 point something after a
but you
fucking
also
game.
weaponize the fact that
Mhm.
Iranians
I'll be
scream
getting
death
fucking
to
I just-
America.
.3.
I just hit
after a
Star 4. I just
You're
hit Star 4 like a
using
week ago.
conflicting
I just want to hit
ideologies
Star
to push
5.
your
I could
for this
I could
war
hit
that has a bogus pretext that
because they
being
got that
nuclear
2-time
issues,
shit on
when the
Friday.
nuclear issues
I'm
are
gonna be
only
on that
actually
shit
going to
Friday,
become
hitting that
something
2-time
we're
rep shit.
concerned about when
In
we
the
attack
city,
them,
the theater,
because that's when they will stop hedging and
Is
Zach.
that wreck too? Oh,
So
man.
this
That's
They
wreck
need to start
too.
doing more wreck shit. 'Cause this shit ass. They want me to go to the park and all
because
that
if the number's
dumbass
ever
shit. I
been
ain't
against the
doing that
United
shit for no
States
2
in a
times
high
wreck to
amount, well,
lose.
it's now because
Just
we
get
just
smacked
started a
by
war
some
for
fucking
I don't
Iraq.
idiot.
And by the way,
I
how do you
don't
think
do
Iranians
park.
feel when
I
Donald
can't. I
Trump
stopped
says,
playing
we're
that
gonna
shit.
bomb power
This is
plants?
trash.
He's made that
Cause all
threat
kids do
twice.
is
End of civilization.
then
Jeez,
So
man,
you think
fuck.
that they're
I'm
still
like, I
on
He's
can't
his
and
play no
side?
shit.
Does that
defense or
sound like
nothing.
he
You
actually
might
cares
get
about the
something.
Iranian people? No, he's
I'm
a
a vet.
narcissistic.
But they got
He's
two
losing his
times
mind in
rep.
real
I
time.
think
It wants to show that
June
he's not losing
1st
this war by
is 2
any
times
stretch of
rep.
the imagination, which means he'll go as far as to sabotage
So
peace
if I play
deals
that shit all
by
fucking
blocking
day, I
the
could probably
ports
hit.
so that they
I
will
could be in
continue
the
to block
starter
the Strait of
5
Hormuz. I don't want to go too crazy, but remember,
in like 3 or 4 days, depending on if we win a lot of
and
games.
we're on our way to peace, right? That's obviously an
probably hit
indirect
that forward.
implication that we're on our way to peace. We've opened the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, fucking like
Then
80%.
Donald Trump blocks the ports, and the
put
Glebov,
too much
the
money in this,
parliament
I gotta
speaker,
play.
says, "Yo, if you block the ports, we're gonna have to
Yeah,
block
me
the Strait
too.
of
I gotta
Hormuz.
play this
You are
shit.
trying to destroy us economically. There's malice in that.
But then you
So
gotta play.
you
I
know,
put
it's
money in
like
because
top to
I'm not
bottom.
going
This
out
is
and
all.
shit. I ain't doing
Honestly,
that.
it's just frustrating. It gets to a point because I
$100
consume
is
this all
going
day. I
out.
see it all day. You know,
Damn.
this is like a claim of omission. You're strategically always stepping around the facts every single time. If there's ever a time where the IRGC has been
That's
the
a
Yeah, I don't know
world's
why I
foul.
got that.
world's
I
leader,
tried to do a
there's
midi.
been like this mujahideen
retarded.
in the 80s effect now with the IRGC. You know, haven't you noticed that, and everybody else?
Oh, he's an
Now
AI?
there's actually like
Okay.
more support for the Iranians than there ever has been globally. So they're kind of viewed like the Osama bin Laden, anti-Soviet mujahideen,
Yeah.
American patriot, Middle Eastern freedom fighters. That's what the IRGC effectively has.
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's
That's what I'm trying to
Be
do.
clear, 'cause here we. I don't want them to misconstrue what you
Stop
said.
doing this.
Yeah,
Before
clarify.
Osama became radicalized, guys, he
You're
was
not
living
quit out,
all
right?
across the world because he fought against the Russians.
What
in
happened?
Iran.
You're not
What?
quit out,
Before
right?
9/11, before he became radicalized, we actually backed him in the 80s.
What do you mean?
Right?
Go to
In the
settings,
70s and
network
80s, he fought against
settings,
the Russians in
hit
Afghanistan
offline,
because
hold
he
X,
volunteered his
and
money
go
and
back
his
and go
resources because he was a
online.
multi-millionaire. Okay, his family actually was worth billions in today's dollars,
So this
and
shit
he
started
went
going
over to
crazy.
Afghanistan and funded the fight and was in the mountains fighting with these against the Russians. So he came back a hero.
You do that shit probably like 4
after,
times before you do like the
that was
fucking
it
bang
was the
thing.
Mujahideen before Al Qaeda.
Well, I call it
So
like 5
that's
times
what
there.
my brother's referring to. I don't want
Like
him here to
back
try
to
to
back.
try to say
Yeah.
some shit and be like,
Back to
oh,
back.
prior to 9/11, Osama was respected.
Yeah, I'm only playing because I get the fucking get teammates that don't fucking
You know, and
that
so
play
now
like
the
shit.
same thing with the
Yeah, I'm
IRGC
fucking
to some
going
degree. Of
over
course, you got
it.
leftists who are
Fucking
against this
20.
war, but you know everybody else, you know. So
niggas tell me I
it is
suck,
actually
so
a
I
thing.
got some shots.
Quickly, I'll read these chats. By the way, I don't
Might
even
make
do this
no
often.
point.
SK1, I see you.
They
saying
talk
that
shit, but we
I
shoot
get
over
that you're
50%.
probably
I'm shooting
Like,
like
come on,
70,
bro.
I'm shooting.
Look, bro,
Most of
I'm
my
not
guys
gonna
are
That's what I'm
shooting
saying.
80%.
Enjoy the show, where Leave Rome.
I'm
Sorry.
saying we
They
shooting
like,
over
oh,
fucking
you
50%.
average 30. I was like, yeah, you average 30 with fucking 20 shots up and shit. 30 shots up.
Oh my
Looking
bad.
at your chat right now. What's his name? SK what?
SK1 UX.
No,
I
don't
mean,
time
Desert
that
Joe
dumbass
got it
out.
clipped.
Sometimes you gotta, yo, don't time this out, bro. Listen,
AIs
listen
can
to what I
shoot
gotta
this
say, 'cause here's the
shit.
thing, dude.
That's crazy.
Sometimes you gotta get on someone in the chat, let them know they're. I'll do it for you. You're still new. Let me be that. Yeah, SK1. How are we wrong? Somebody untime him, bro. Brad, can you untime him? Because sometimes you gotta talk to these and let them make their argument, then you embarrass them on a grand stage.
All right.
How are
He's
we
back
wrong?
up.
Please tell me. And then this other Nick says the IRGC gotta go. Bro, nobody is over here cheering for the IRGC. We're just telling you that thanks to us attacking them, we have legitimized the IRGC. Why can no one ever like use any critical thinking skills? It's like if you say something positive about an organization, oh, you're putting
Why?
an organization. No, bro, it's just
I'm
that this
not
war is
gonna
really
lie. I'm just trying shit. I'm
Yeah,
bringing
like
them
it's
up.
like it's being
Fuck.
dense, it's being dense to the point where it genuinely gives you a headache because
They know I
how many
gotta know
times
now.
have we refuted these idiotic claims? Absolutely stupid claims.
That shit has gotta stop. My bad. I came
You
in
don't
here to
even,
fuck around.
most of your Iranians, like, number one, you haven't lived in the country in decades. You don't even know your history. You don't even know what the fuck, why things happen the way that they do.
About
Do
to
you
be out
realize
this bitch.
that had it not been for the United States and Israel, you guys would have probably, their IRGC wouldn't have been created? The IRGC was created to fight against the United States and for intervening in their foreign affairs. Like, incredible.
Their sovereignty, because it's obvious that the goal of it was to remove the regime. That's why they created the Axis of Resistance. That's why they have the missiles program. That's why they've been hedging a nuke. And I'll go a step further. Iran could
Once
have
we get an AI,
exercised the discipline not to. So it's just it's this like whole like, oh, they have guerrilla warfare, they're crazy Muslims. No, they're actually probably smarter than a lot of Americans, unfortunately. Which is why they've been able to survive that long. You know, you got to give credit where it's due. SK1's now saying, I don't support Shah, but I don't support IRGC too. All right, bro. Well, you were going sick, and don't
What the
think that I wasn't
fuck?
seeing.
I
You know, it's just like
How the fuck was that early?
yeah, you have your opinion, whatever, but you're like blowing my chat up, and you're trying to like refute every point I'm making. It's like, bro, you're wrong. So you're just simply wrong. You don't have to support the IRGC to condemn this war. That's what we're doing. We didn't say we support the IRGC either. Did I ever say I'm pro-IRGC? No, I'm pro-America.
No.
And that means betting on the IRGC to have sovereignty over Iran for the foreseeable future. That's what that means. And I said that to you, and I responded to your super chats. So.
And then he now says, I also don't condemn what Israel's doing. It's horrific. I think you mean I do condemn what Israel's doing. It's horrific. Yeah. So, bro, what do you want then?
There's gonna be a Quitman Johnson out here. There's gonna be another Quitman Johnson.
Like, realistically speaking, what we're referring to is that the world is on Iran's side because we attacked them.
No, I'm not gonna quit. I'm saying.
That's what we're trying to tell you. I don't know why you don't understand that, and you're being
100%.
And I would argue,
you're not saying no.
Iranians support the IRGC way more than the Shah, bro. Like way more. The only people that still support the Shah are diaspora. So
yeah. Or those out of touch with history, for sure, and hate Islam. It's really people who hate Islam so much to the point where their judgment is now poorly clouded. That's really what I kind of notice. It's like people who just, use the anti-Islamic rhetoric, and it kind of destroys all of their judgment. And that's what you see, right? Look at the oligarchs, and this is actually a good point. Look at all the people who are like very anti-Islam. They always have horrible Middle Eastern.
They just get there, we'll fucking quit. Like crazy.
Directly, it's that they hate Muslims. It's that they hate Muslims for all the right reasons according to the Zionist agenda. So it kind of always overshadows their ability to be able to give a honest political analysis. That doesn't mean you have to be pro-Muslim. Doesn't mean you have to be this. Even go as far as Tucker Carlson, right? But the ones who like genuinely hate Islam, spend all their time talking about it, always bash it, drag it down. It's fine. They're entitled to that opinion. This isn't a theological podcast, but what I'm trying to tell you is that always clouds and overshadows their judgment, and they're never able to make a good discernment or a real legitimate analysis as to what's going on in the region. So it's perfect. It's the perfect antidote for the Zionist lobby in the United States, which has worked for the last 20 years up until very recently.
Yeah, this guy doesn't even know the difference between. This dude doesn't even know the difference between condone and condemn. Yo, I hate when try to come in and like give their opinion, bro. I don't want to be whatever, but there's.
They just make the AI so fucking like they can shoot and shit. Like I hate how they just hit every fucking shot that they open.
Pass out and then you go switch and they pass it to your guy and you shoot.
Like you're fucking. Okay, you're
Alright, what am I bringing out? I'm gonna bring out.
Go look at a dictionary, figure out what words mean, then come back. Oh, you say that, bro, what we're saying is, even if 50% of the people didn't like the government, now, with us bombing them and attacking them, we've united them and made them rally around the flag. Like, do you not understand what the rally around the flag concept is? That's what we're saying. Even the people that didn't like the government, or didn't like the IRGC, or don't like the conservative leader, guess what? They hate the United States and it's war. I don't know why I can't explain this to you. So, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's like Maxim. Mike Dixon didn't give you 20. And sometimes you need someone to tell you to your face that you're so skew whatever the name is. You're an you're okay. Dude says Riyadh is more logical. No one is running around the flag. It's only the 10%. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're so. Did 10% hit the streets when they got attacked during the 12-day war? When they got attacked in a fucking blitzkrieg, when they were doing it in the middle of a bunch of negotiations, you bombed them, killed a whole bunch of their nuclear scientists, killed a bunch of their generals. People didn't take to the streets and say, hit them back, hit them back. People didn't say, we need to hit them back immediately. They had a Pearl Harbor. See, you're a Shah. That probably drinks Happy Dad says the Shah's awesome and watches PVD every day. But you're still over here watching us because you know that we're actually correct. We're not pushing a bunch of Zionist propaganda. Then they got attacked again in the middle of negotiations, and the Supreme Court was a bunch of military officials. Let's say you're a Trump supporter, okay? If something happened to Joe Biden 2 years ago, what would you probably do? You would say, I don't like Joe Biden, but obviously if a foreign country is going to do anything and kill our president, we're going to rally around the flag. Same exact concept over there. I don't know why you don't understand this. It's at 10%. Bro, way more than 10%. Like, we didn't show you millions of people rallying all across Iran. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. So it's a shout out right now because you're accent and blowing the entire IQ of the chat. You need someone to stuff you on blogger and give you a swirl or some shit. You're an idiot. Like, I guarantee you're under the age of 30. Guarantee. You don't get bullied on saying something like that. Then you're talking. You don't even know the difference between condemn and condone. Like what? You're the type of to read the first chapter of the book and think you know the whole book. Shut the fuck up. You're the type of who watch the beginning of a podcast, not actually learn anything from it, and think you know what the hell you're talking about. You're an man, you clip note, and like, yes, you know, like, this is so weird. It's like you need to get a swirl or get thrown into a locker or some shit. You need bullying. You definitely need bullying. We need to go back to telling people they're high likelihood you take some kind of medication. More than likely. ADHD or ADD or something like that. Oh my god, man. You're nicer to your chat than I am, bro. That nigga. God.
Yeah, no, it was a good baking session, though. Really quick, let me read these chats and then we'll get back to
know I don't read the first chapter. I lived here for 20 years and I'm 28. You're also sorry, go ahead and read your chats.
Okay, let's see. We're out at Steeper. Oh, I read that already. Let me pull up all the super chats very quickly.
My whole family, all of my friends are there and no one supports them. Yo, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Your family isn't all of Iran. Your family and your friends isn't all of Iran. Ask them seriously, who do they like more, Netanyahu or the IRGC? Let's see what they say.
Okay, let's see. EV Baltimore, $5. Why is Myron afraid to debate Nick Mattel? Myron can't do any worse with it. I'm not sure who that is, but I'll check out that debate after they debate it. My dad left 03. Listen, Riyadh and Myron, I'm a numbers guy, K. I lived there for 11 years. This guy, this guy. You have no idea. I can hear the balls all the way from my German refugee camp in Glendale. Yeah, dude, that's a good Patrick David impression right there. My dad, appreciate the work you do. FD Ronnie Diaspora. Thank you so much. My dad left. Milan says 07 guys, great to watch both of you. WOSS, W Myron, and you, man. God bless you, bro. Thank you so much. PFF 1974 says Altman and Musk AI states that a good percentage of Iranians are against the IRGC. And what does it when the U.S. do? Attack the civilians.
Feels good to fuck.
Feels good to fuck. That's right. And thank you, bro. Thanks for the $10. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're a smart, if you're a you read those numbers and go, oh yeah, I did 90%. But if you're smart and you can analyze and pay attention to who owns what and what narrative is beneficial for the United States to not look like we're losing in every aspect and sell some idea to the people, well then you'll know that a lot of that is, especially after the 12-day war, we bombed them without any provoke, and then as well as the fact that we bombed them again and started this war for 58 days, right? So we unprovokingly attacked them. Now we're doing it again. If there was 90%, it sure as hell isn't anymore. And then, yeah, you're absolutely right. Big AI, Zionist donors, they're all together. So, you know, you're asking AI, you gotta be careful. I don't want to be conspiratorial, but it's like, use your brain a little bit. You can't be so easily fooled. And even, you know what, I'll go so far as to say, even if that's true, I'm not Iranian, so I don't give a f. Okay, here, let's just actually be super real about it. Let's say the 90% is true, which it's not, and we've proved that for the last however long. We see the videos, we see people rallying around the flag, we see people in the streets hearing
What's with this fucking
Let's just say it's not true. At the end of the day, if the IRGC falls, that will be bad for America. Period. And I am pro-American. I am American. I was born here, and I do love this country. So I don't give a about the situation in Iran if it means my country will be worse. How about that? Get that through your head. And that's my main priority. So even if I grant you that, it still does not negate my interests. My interests for this country. I'm being too nice with the whole. Well, no, actually, it's not 90%. It can be 100%. American. So that's really
no, I quit this shit.
Okay, Punisher says that had me dying.
Yeah, my bad. You know, I got that.
Please tell Shot Supporter to watch Hyper-Normalization by Adam Curtis.
Okay, bro.
My grandma.
You do that fucking quit out, John?
Yeah, I did it.
Thank you, Yami. Appreciate it. And thanks for joining as well. But yeah, bro, it's like, you know, it's like, I don't even care who says what about the IRGC. It cannot control the Middle East. That's the point.
Yeah. They're going to take the IRGC before, like, you're missing the whole point that they're going to support the IRGC before they support Netanyahu. That's the biggest thing that you don't get. But you're a you've been in the United States for 20 years. You've lost identity with your people. Your family members that are there, they might.
Most of my L's came from the fucking end. I ain't gonna lie to you. You see how many L's I got? I'm like, fuck, I had no choice but to stay.
Or the Supreme Leader. I guarantee you, they're probably gonna say, we don't like the Supreme Leader. But
what, how many losses? You got over like 400 losses.
Go ahead and follow up with the second question.
Retarded.
Like, yo, I'm like, it's incredible to me how like Iranians have a high IQ until
10-13 and 1302.
the emotions. It's the emotions.
Trash.
And it gets me so mad because, you know, the
I played-
situation is
I
that
played
the
over fucking
biggest starter, the
170
biggest aggressor and
games
agitator of violence
in
or
the
conflict
theater.
in the Middle East
Yeah.
is obvious. You see what they're doing in Southern
86 or
Lebanon,
87
Gaza,
in the
everything else,
city,
and so it's
79 and
evident
89
their
in the fucking
biggest
theater.
issue.
One more
And
thing.
somehow,
One more thing. I gotta say this too. If the support for this for the IRGC was so bad, why were holding hands standing on bridges when Trump said it's gonna be Bridge Day? Why were people surrounding and staying at the power plants before they got bombed? Why were they doing that? Why did thousands
95
mobilize to do that? Huh? Because here's the other thing that you don't understand. Both Trump and Hexet said, we're gonna bomb them back to Stone Age. Oh, a civilization might die. He basically threatened genocide on True Social. So anyone that might have been pro-America or lost that sentiment immediately because they basically talked about destroying the country. So let's use common sense, you shotard. Okay, you 50 IQ. If you live in Iran and you don't like the IRGC or the supreme leader, but the people that are supposed to liberate you are talking about destroying your water, destroying your infrastructure, destroying electricity, and killing a bunch of people, and your civilization might die, who are you gonna side with? Who are you gonna side with? You're gonna side with your government, whether you hate them or not, because they're the only thing that can protect you. You window licking. You're so painful because it's clear you don't watch the news, you don't know what you're talking about. Even the people that live in Iran itself immediately stop supporting the United States and when they start talking about sending them to the Stone Age and destroying the bridges and destroying the power plants. Because guess what? That actually affects them. So they're gonna side with the government just off of that. You're so read the news, see what's going on, look at what your own politicians are saying, then come back and comment in the chat. You are so but it's painful. And nothing you can say you can refute it. It's all true. No one would side with a government that's threatening to destroy and genocide than you. All right, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I don't mean to crash on your chat, but
No, you're good. You're good. I actually have a couple more super chats, but yeah, it's like, bro, we've made it increasingly obvious, and what you just went on about, that's what we call a rally around the flag effect. Do you guys just think we're using buzzwords that mean nothing? No, we're saying this so we don't have to give you this long-winded explanation as to what that means and how it's caused, but since a lot of people don't seem to understand what's happening, we have to break these terms down in great detail. But we're addressing this in our terminology. If you're paying attention, we've been saying this from day one. You know, you bomb the shit out of a country, you threaten it, that's what happens. Round Comet says Iran has Kurdish, Balochis, Arabs, Afghanis, and Azeris, which make up 40%. Yeah, not everyone is a Persian in Iran. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking to the other guy. Yeah, that's what we're saying. I agree. Yeah, I think Iran has like 50% non-Persian population.
Yeah. They got, and that's what the United States tried to leverage with sectarian violence. They tried to do what they did in Syria.
Yep.
Use sectarian differences to cause divide. That's why they tried to get the Kurds, and the Kurds said, no, thank you.
Yeah, because they know where that will lead. And that's my prediction. If the IRGC is completely decapitated, all of those different factions and ethnic groups and tribes will try and come to power, and it's going to be Syria all over again.
Yep.
Easy Money Car says, Grandma told me never trust the boys. Bro, thanks so much. Round Come, El Irani, this diaspora, don't trust these people. Yeah, absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. Freon says, Myron, former Inca, what happened to your breakdown of your investigation of Latin Kings? I've been waiting. Love you, bro. And nowadays I fly planes. It's Freon 1545. I don't know if you were gonna break that down or.
Yeah, I got a dedicated episode of Fed It for that. Well, on one of the Sunday shows.
One day, bro, it's coming. It's coming.
I'll do it.
Milan says, did you hear? Was calling Turkey next after Iran, or is it fake? No, I've seen that, and I mean, I don't know, they got enough to deal with now. I don't know how true it is, but this is what I was saying. I forgot. It's like people complain about the IRGC, bro. Just watch this video with me. This is honestly gonna make you mad, but it needs to be shown. Can you see that?
Yep.
She moves her fingers as she recognizes her nurse's voice, but with nearly half her body burned in an airstrike, any movement at all is painful. Her name is Zainab. She's only 12, and her entire family was killed in the same attack she barely survived. She still doesn't know that her parents and...
My bad.
Zainab constantly asks for her mother. Her only two visitors are her aunt and uncle, and they can't bring themselves to tell her the brutal truth right now.
All civilian. There is only the boy. No one knows. They're not fighting. He doesn't have any bomb. He doesn't make any bad thing for anyone. Because they was in our house.
Daily occurrence, chat. Daily occurrence, Southern Lebanon.
Yep. This right here, plus red. This is why everybody hates it. Western media never shows you guys this, but this is why everyone hates it. They kill kids every single day like this, dude, whether it's in Gaza, Lebanon, etc. And again, like I said before, the whole Muslim world knows this, the whole Middle East world knows this, and even the people that hate the supreme leader know this, and they will never side with it, which is why when like SK1 come in here, I say they're because they are. You are so out of touch, it's painful. You know what I mean? Just turn on the PVD podcast and go home, bro. Like, you don't gotta watch us. Go watch PVD, talk about how the Shah's awesome and how you guys are gonna liberate Iran. Meanwhile, we're talking about bombing them into the Stone Age. You're so fucked. Like, I hate, bro. Yo, you guys would be extinct if I was the leader, bro. Holy shit. I won't go much further because my brother's on YouTube.
No, you're good.
But you are gonna be slaves, bro.
Now, I want you guys to watch this in full, though. Let's see.
The sole survivor in just one family affected is still critically ill and not out of danger yet. This has been a particularly deadly war for children. Sometimes it's hard to grasp statistics, but 33 children were killed in just one day's airstrikes.
Kidding me? That's crazy. And then they get mad about 8. Did you see that on Trump's Truth Social? The IRGC plans to hang these like 8 or 9 girls, and I want them to stop, otherwise I'm gonna strike. And then kills 33 children. This girl just lost her parents and her brother. She's the only survivor. She's hanging on by the thinnest thread. And you got people complaining about the IRGC. It has been doing this since the 60s. For the longest time.
Since the 1900s, bruh. They've been doing this.
Oh, forever.
Niggas been doing this.
Shit, my
Think
bad.
about it.
I forgot.
You know,
I was
we
streaming
become
for a
so
second.
numb in the fog of war. Really conceptualize that. 33 kids, you know? That's why I said Lebanon is not too far off from feeling the pain that Gaza feels. You know, obviously it's not the
That's
same
why
thing,
Hezbollah
but
exists, because they don't want to do what they did to Hezbollah exists because they don't want another Palestine. That's literally what it is. That's why they refuse to disarm.
Yeah.
So
166 have been killed in the past 6 weeks since the latest flare-up, since the beginning of March, and 650 have been left badly wounded or hurt. Baby sister.
So anytime
was
somebody
probably
tries
their
to
family
say
was
something to you, just remember this image. Let it etch deep in your memory. Remember this image of this small girl
And it's not in
who's
Palestine.
without a family now.
It's in Lebanon.
This is not Palestine. It is not a Palestinian girl, by the way. You know, and it's just like sometimes you got to remind people, even myself. You know, I get numb and I kind of forget what that stuff really means and what it looks like when you see it. But it's genuinely disturbing, and people still distract themselves with the IRGC war crimes. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Seriously, fuck you.
Let's go.
You know?
Let's
Did
go
you want
back
to finish this, or
yeah, let's finish because
Yeah.
the John Kiriakou thing.
Gotcha.
Let's. You know what? How about this? Let's play it kind of like not from the beginning, but like let's play so that we can get because we got a lot of new people here that probably joined in and they're probably like, what the fuck's going on? So let's go ahead and confront it from the beginning and play it for like 3 minutes uninterrupted.
But I want to get into one thing right off the bat. You were on a podcast, and my phone started blowing up. And I'm like, why is everybody texting me this? Look what John said about you. I said, John is about to get on the podcast. So, Rob, if you have the clip, I want to start off with this. I want to address it one by one by one. I want you to cover this for me. So you're on a podcast. I don't know which podcast this is, but whatever it is, I was texted by everybody with this. So go ahead and play this clip.
I was watching Patrick Bet David yesterday. Patrick is a hardcore Zionist. He's Iranian. I don't think he's. I think he's like half Assyrian and half Armenian.
Hang on.
But he's a hardcore Zionist, and not just a Zionist. He is a like 1,000% backer of Reza Pahlavi to return to Iran and to assume the Peacock throne and blah blah blah. And he was saying yesterday that it's not 60% of the Iranian people who support the overthrow of the regime. It is 94%. And
I don't know when I've ever said that, but okay, let's keep going.
There
are no polls.
There are no polls. You just make this up to put your stooge in.
The monarchists are crazy online. I mean,
They are.
I saw they've been passing around the message that Iran only became Muslim 100 years ago.
What?
No, that was 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years ago, yes. And I get that there are still Zoroastrians, and I get all that.
Which is the funny part.
Elliot Covert, Patrick Bet David is your. Okay, I stand corrected. I wasn't sure. I know know he's not ethnic Persian. He's
What else is
Armenian
there?
and
Is there
Syrian.
anything else that goes on?
Yeah,
Or
94% of his
curious to know because I want to get all of it out.
Well, that's what they
I'm a
do.
big
Right?
fan of
Literally,
this.
I've been asking online, like from these, these Persian monarchists.
See, this is what I get for listening to
Right?
people in the chat.
Everybody wants the Shah back. I find that very hard to believe, considering how brutal the Shah was, and the fact that he was overthrown by his own people. Right? I mean, it wasn't like he was cooed out by any foreign power. Quite the opposite to the contrary. So he, but yeah, they literally these Persian monarchists. They do polls of like.
Is there anything else? Okay, you can pause it right there. Walk me through.
Oh, I owe you an apology.
No, but tell me this. It's not, I don't want an apology. I enjoy talking to you. Last time we spoke, I think out of the 7 clips that we posted, 3 of them was upset because there was comments you made that were bad against Masada. I thought it was very revealing. I thought it was great. Well, walk me through each of these. Number 1, hardcore Zionist, 100% backer of Pahlavi, and then 94%.
Okay, the reason I said that is because of Netanyahu's appearance, number 1. And the comments that you made about Pahlavi, like, why hasn't this guy called me back? I want him on the show. Like, why? He's irrelevant? He's a clown?
Why hasn't he called me back? I had him on the show 2 times.
Yeah, but when you first invited him...
Why? Do you know what happened there? He's asking for help. Because the interviewer, the Iranian interviewer that interviewed me, is asking me, are you going to help him? Are you going to help Reza Pahlavi? And we're speaking in Farsi and English. And I said, no. He asked me for help. I never heard back from him. But I made some very bad remarks about the guy. Have you heard what I've said about them?
No.
I don't know how you must not know how monarchists think of me right now.
No.
Do you know they can't stand me today?
Good.
No, it's not good. I liked his father. I don't think he's a strong leader. He was following me. His wife was following me. His daughter was following me. Everybody unfollowed. The monarchists attacked me because I called them. Oh, it is in shambles with me in that relationship, right? Maybe play a clip of what I said in the podcast. If you want to play that,
that's a badge of honor.
I'm going to leave Iran and go. By the way, you know what's the biggest thing that Iranian people are saying? Hey, Reza Pahlavi, why don't you go to Azerbaijan and say a few words from there? Come closer to Iran. Show some stuff. He's not doing it. The one thing about Trump, let me tell you what was very crystal clear about Trump, about Milei, about Bukele. You know what it was? They're willing to do the legwork. They're willing to go out there. They're willing to pay a price. They're willing to drive. They're willing to work their tails off. It's very obvious. The market said, who's this crazy Elvis-looking guy from Argentina? There's no way he'll ever win making out people on stage. Guess what? He won. Who is this Bukele guy that's in his early mid-30s? And by the way, let me give you what's going to be confusing. I have a painting of his dad in my house. So I'm a fan of his father. So this is not like a bash towards the family.
No, of course.
And so, but this is towards, I was critical of him because for 47 years he's been talking about he wants to have Iran be free, and he didn't do it. And keep in mind, a part of me is, that's the painting in my house. That's a 15-foot painting. His father's right in the middle. My criticism is of him. But I was watching it. I'm like, why? Did somebody tell you I'm a Zionist?
Yeah.
Did you? Who's that?
It was in the chat.
No, but
I was reading the chat.
L pictures. Martin Luther King there. Replace that nigga with Malcolm X.
Like, why? Did somebody tell you I'm a Zionist?
Yeah.
Did you? Who's that?
It was in the chat.
No, but
I was reading the chat.
Did any other influencers that you go and do interviews with, did anybody whisper to you off camera, hey, be careful with Patrick, he's a Zionist?
Yes.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't want to out him like that, but he said, oh, you're going on PBD? I said, yeah. He said, be careful, Patrick comes out swinging on it.
Is this a big name?
Yeah, it's a pretty big name.
One of the biggest names? So then I know who it is.
I don't want to out
Was his family in the CIA before, maybe?
I've got to stop.
Okay. All right.
But I want to apologize on the record because I was wrong.
Okay, so that and the BB side, because you know who's the only person in the world that interviewed BB and Nick Fuentes within 30 days?
It's got to be you.
It's only me.
It's got to be.
So you know what the problem is with me, John? This is the problem. The same people that want freedom of speech, that pitch it, don't practice it.
Yeah.
What do I mean by that? They generally want to only talk to people that agree with them.
Yes.
You and I don't agree on maybe a few things.
No, which is
but
why I still
love the
enjoy
conversation.
Yes.
I love the conversation because my thoughts are, Alicia, just bring it to me. It's totally fine. My thoughts are, it's like, man, I don't know. He's a CIA guy. He knows more than I do. He has some experience. I want to know. But
no, I'm wrong and I apologize.
No, let's go to the other ones. I want to clear all of this up. Let's go to the one about when you said 94%. I'd love to know when I said 94%. Rob, can you take one of the language learning models? Matter of fact, why don't we do both of them? Take ChatGPT and do Grok and ask a question. How do you want to pose this question? What percentage of Iranians don't support the IRGC? What percentage of Iranians don't support the IRGC? Okay, ask the same exact question. So what we'll typically do is we'll ask different and we'll go do our own and then we'll look at the numbers that's being given. Okay, this is which one? What does it say? Around 80 to 92% of Iranians appear to not support the IRGC based on available polls. Supportedly like them. The direct polling on the IRGC challenge and due to Iran repression, surveillance, and self-censorship. Okay, great. Leaked internal Iranian government poll 2025 commissioned by the presidency. A confidential report found 92% of Iranians hate the regime, and that's from Yahoo, explicitly including Supreme Leader Khamenei and the IRGC, not just specific officials or policies. This was cited by Iranian experts and aligns with widespread dissatisfaction. Gammon is the one that I saw. By the way, I haven't even seen the one above that we're reading for the. Go to the Gammon one. Gammon says what? Independent large online poll 10,000, 13 to 14 have confidence in the IRGC, so that leaves another 86. And what does it say? Broader regime rejection. Only about 15 to 20% want Islamic Republic to continue. 70 to 80% favor regime change or major transformation. High agreement. 70% with designating the IRGC as a terrorist organization in Iran. Can you go to the? Is this ChatGPT or Grok?
That was Grok.
You know,
and remember, by the way,
Go ahead.
this is an omission from that stat, and this is why you have to be very careful when you read these. You have to know what you're actually looking at and know how the world works. But just because they may be in favor of regime change doesn't mean they want it this way.
Yeah.
That it's currently happening. Like
I was gonna say this was definitely
fashion-
pre-war. This had to have been pre-war.
Precisely.
This is
And
pre-war.
so this fashion of regime change is certainly not the one that people at home had in mind, if we're even granting truth to a lot of these numbers, right? And that's evident now. We're only 55 days in, and it's been disastrous for all sides. There's been no winner at all.
Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so direct IRGC split 2019 Maryland poll 80%. Maryland Iran poll, so that's Maryland. So you can criticize that because that's from here 80%. Gammon is the same one. I think Gammon is from Netherlands. 71% of Iranians oppose. 20% support. So you see what numbers we're repeating.
Yeah, yeah.
We're repeating the
No,
reports that are coming in. So it's not a.
You're right and I'm wrong, and I apologize.
No, I appreciate
That's
that.
whack.
That's crazy.
That's so. Kiriako, you were right, bro. What do you, bro? See, this is why, like, these numbers are because they're not wartime numbers. And then I guarantee you it's even less now because, like I said before, Hexeth, Trump, saying this about the Stone Age and threatening power plants and bridges, that made anyone that even liked America say, Dad, these guys aren't trying to help us. These guys are trying to kill us. And the only people that can protect us is the IRGC. We're going to stay with the IRGC. Like, yeah, that's caught.
Yeah, that's it.
That's caught. You know what, bro? That talent agency to give that a call. Hey, you know what, bro? You got to go here on PBD and cuck yourself.
This might be like a whole thing here. This might be like a planned humiliation ritual. Like for your contract to actually come into fruition, you must allow Patrick Shinbet Star of David to humiliate you on air. Like what
Facts.
the
Facts. That's
like
why
this
that was
is
the deal.
completely opposed to his rhetoric. By the way, this guy was a part of the IC. This guy was former CIA. Like he knows something about something. He's not completely clueless for it. So for him to just completely shut down here is really scary and telling. And so I'm glad you honestly said that earlier because now he's showing what seems to be his true colors moving forward. But yeah, I mean and I explained earlier why those numbers are all likely. And even if they're not, why it doesn't matter now during the war. But I don't want to beat a dead horse. You all know.
The last one I want to show you, which is crazy.
How much longer are you gonna stand, by the way? 2:15 now.
We can finish with the hadith thing. You want to move to that?
Well, let's see what is there anything else here, or did you just fold like that?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I can put it 1.25. Let's finish.
Yeah. Let's finish this. Yeah.
Finish it. Yeah. Really quick, I have a chat or a couple chats. Igor says, "Do you and Myra know Jonathan? Wow. Jonathan Azizia? No, not too familiar. Maybe Myra knows him? No. And then he says, you and Myra need to have him on ASAP. Look him up, please. Okay, we'll look into it. Thanks, Igor. Shay says, got to come show love to you as well. Came from Myron Stream, one of his mods. I love this Duo Brothers stream. Keep the good work. God bless you. Thank you so much for the huge super chat. I appreciate it. I don't know if that's huge. I'm not sure what currency that is, but regardless, whether it's $1 or 100, thank you so much. Okay, let's get back. SK1 is still coping. Bro, all right, bro, you're talking to yourself, bro.
That's still
talking to yourself.
What are you talking about now?
I don't know. But I'm not gonna ban you. You can say whatever you want. You're entitled to your opinion, but you are. I hope you know that. But you're welcome to say whatever you want. But you're talking to a wall, my friend. We've addressed your claims like 100 million times in the last 50 days, and you still keep going. So maybe go back and watch the streams in detail.
Get this out of the way so we can have our conversation.
The internet's blocked
Do you know who I brought on the
internet's
podcast?
not blocked out. You just can't use foreign websites. You can use Iranian internet, like Iranian websites and Iranian social media. And that's obviously because of what happened in January when the Mossad and the CIA tried to get a whole bunch of these agitators to, do violent acts, which was admitted by the Americans. Bro, are you guys?
The thing is, I'm just not engaging with him because he's not acknowledging the fact that the United States tried to meddle in their affairs. The United States has been involved for years. We've exacerbated the issue. Mike Pompeo admitted to the CIA and Mossad walking alongside every protester. Like, it's like, well, what are we doing here? This is very silly. If you can't acknowledge those things, then of course you're not aware or privy to what's really happening, or you don't understand it as a whole.
Guest who never agreed to go on the podcast with anybody, and when he came in, he was the most suspicious guy here, looking at me saying, "Why do you have me on the podcast?" You know who who it was?
No, who's that?
The co-founder of IRGC.
No.
That guy right there.
95.
Mohsen Sazegara. Okay? Do you know who he
How
was?
did I miss that?
So check this out. I'm gonna show this for you.
How
So
did
if
I
you go
miss
a little bit lower to see who he's, he's the founder of. Go a little bit lower. Put IRGC. Arrest. Blah 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 blah. Can we find the IRGC there with him and Khomeini? Okay, right there in the middle.
There he is.
An Iranian journalist and political. He was the founder of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps after the Iranian Revolution. He was the guy. It was between him and Khomeini that started the IRGC.
My God.
He would do the intro to all the tapes where they would send in for Iranians to listen before the revolution happened to pin Pahlavi's people against him. This was the voice.
Wow.
Then you had Khomeini. I had him on the podcast, and the claim was that Savak killed 100,000 people. Now keep in mind, he's the propaganda guy.
Sure.
That's at Savak, which is
Intelligence or-
Pahlavi's
Sure.
CIA, Pahlavi's Mossad, right?
Right.
At the end of the podcast, I wanted to ask him. It's been 40-something years now. You were involved. Was it a lie that Shah killed 100,000 people? This is not a fan of me.
Right.
This is not a fan of the Pahlavi. He did not come in knowing what we were going to talk about. Look at his answer here. Go ahead, Rob.
Shah Khomeini, let me say my judgment now, that many documents have come out. For instance, on those days, opposition claimed that 100,000 political prisoners Shah has. There are 100,000 political prisoners in Iran. That was false.
It was only 3,000. 3,500.
3,000, few hundred.
Right.
Now
This
that
is the
if I
founder of
compare
IRGC.
Shah with Khomeini, definitely, I already said. First of all, his personality, Shah, was
Yeah, but this is not the basis in which we derive our criticism from. So,
What does this have to do with
this
anything?
it has nothing to do with anything at all. I
I'm
don't
like
even know
trying to
where-
figure out why
no one
he's
ever made
bringing
that
this up.
claim.
Like,
Yeah.
no one cares
But
about.
again,
like,
since
what?
John Kiriakou is just absolutely submitting right now, so like Patrick Bet-David is having a field day.
a better guy than Khomeini, first. Second,
All right, pause that. I got some info for you guys. You guys check this out. Blame all you want, but the reality is Iran has. Let me show you guys this screen real quick, because you guys need to see this. So, okay, it says here, blame it all you want, but the reality is Iran has always been the root cause of chaos in the Middle East. And then says, bro, the Shah been dead, just move on. And then Patrick Bet-David, right, says, Jackson, aside from me mentioning the Shah, what part of this message do you have a problem with? And this got 107 likes. So this is a very well written thing about the Shah.
Yeah,
But
it-
I'm quickly do this for you guys, okay? You claim there was no major war in the Middle East during the
Fucking
Shah's rule,
Myron,
which is
man.
apparently false. Yom Kippur War 73, Six-Day War 67, Suez Canal Crisis 56, Arab War 48. You also claim Iran was not heavily involved in any major war in the Middle East under the Shah, which is also apparently false. Iran was fought direct and proxy wars to confront pan-Arabism and Arab nationalism, protect the Red Sea shipping lanes for the U.S. and U.K., protect the Strait of Hormuz for Western oil corporations, weaken Soviet alliance states, and to weaken supporters of Palestinian liberation groups. Not to mention the Shah Sabbath fought a war on the Iranian people to silence dissent, protect Western financial interests, and maintain Iran's position as a geopolitical pawn. For starters, 1953 coup in Iran to
Okay,
install
I'm
the
over here
Shah,
trying to
which
fix
the U.S.
some
UK
shit.
orchestrated, results in hundreds of deaths, felling, looting, the loss of all sovereignty, and suppression of dissent. After the coup, Iran became one of the only Muslim majority states in the region to recognize it. Between the 1960s and 1975, Shah led skirmishes backed by the U.S. and U.K. on the Iraqi border to weaken Iraq, which was a Soviet-aligned Arab nationalist state. The Shah's Iran was used to reduce Soviet leverage in the Persian Gulf, a key oil region. This was supported by the U.S., U.K., and
Do the
from
ba
1961 to 1975, the Shah waged proxy war in Iraq by supporting the Kurdish rebellion alongside the U.S. in an effort to destabilize Iraq's Ba'athist government, which was a Soviet ally and Arab nationalist power. Preoccupied with the rebellion, Iraq was less able to support Arab wars against Iran. Acted as a conduit for U.S. aid, provided bases and weapons to the Kurds, and used U.S. supplied arms to shell Iraqi positions. And then between 73 and 76, the Shah deployed 4,000 Iranian troops to aid the UK's former colonial power of Oman in securing oil routes in the Strait of Hormuz for the U.S. and UK. Iran helped Oman's Sultan Taboos, who was a British agent, in crushing the Marxist Darfur Liberation Front, which was backed by the South Yemen and Soviet bloc. And there's just more and more here. But the point you guys are trying to get here, and I can drop this link for you guys if you want to read more, that basically the Shah was a Western puppet, okay? I'll drop the link there so you guys can read it yourselves, but it was very well written in a response, and obviously it was a monumental ratio. But yeah, anyway.
My bit bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. We got 30s on 100 rounds too.
I'm coming, yo.
set up just sharing it. I'll be right there. Give me a second. Okay. Just share this on Facebook and then we are ready to go. How y'all doing today? Couple things I want to talk about. You know what I didn't put in the title that I might put in the title? Have y'all seen? Yeah, we got a camp in Georgia. I'll give you the number for the camp in Georgia in a second. Have y'all seen Cheyenne Bryant? Oh, I gotta add this to the title. Cheyenne Bryant, Thought Model. That's her new name. Cheyenne Bryant, new name, Thought Model. Let me add that to the title real fast. Let me just modify this title real quick.
I look crazy as hell looking at this screen.
Gotta fit all this in the title. Cheyenne Bryant turns thought. Let me see. Cheyenne Bryant turns thought behavior. Yeah, that's better. That's the title. All right, the number for Atlanta. The number for Atlanta is. The number for Atlanta is 404-748. The number for Atlanta is 404-748-0403. That's 404-708. I'm about to put it in the chat. That's 404-708. I'm about to put it in the chat. All right, let's put that in the chat. All right. Welcome to another edition of the Car Chronicles. I'm your host with the most. All right. Am Captain Tazaria. Oh. Well, no matter what your question may be about, no matter how much you may need, you can always call and conversation. It may not go the way you want it to go. It may go the way you want it to go, but you. Years I have been in a car, and I've had various cars. I've had a Chevy Equinox. I've had a just a regular Jeep. Then I've had the Grand Cherokee. I've been in rental cars. I've been in trucks. I've been in rims cars. I've done it all in the car. I've been in the lab. I've been in the house. I've been in hotels. No matter where it's been. And I opened my big mouth yesterday and said I was going to do a live stream every day. That does not mean that you're going to get a 2-hour live stream, hour live stream, live stream short. I remember one time my man Mike Love got mad at me because I was in Vegas and I did like I think a 15 or 30 minute live stream. That didn't count. So if I'm gonna do this every day for a year, you're gonna have to take what you can get. Alright? Cat love the love from the gas family. Okay, gas. Okay, which gas are you, man? Message me on Facebook, man. We might be related. We might be people. I don't know that many gases. The two S's, so we might be yeah, I'm smart. Yeah, I just said, okay, here we go. I ain't say a year. I said the rest of this
video on later.